Hey, what's going on, guys? Indie Pride here, back with Milk and Cookies Total War,
And this is Madness.
and we are doing our second dual commentary of the day. This was the second 2v2, or no, 3v3, my bad, Follow Samurai game that we played together against the same opponents. Mr. Terez is across from me, good friend, good player. In the middle is Pubes McGee, number one slugger, the douchebag. And if you haven't seen last battle, then watch that first, and you'll see why I think he's a douche. But regardless, you can tell I'm not butthurt by him at all. Anyway, and then Boss Tycoon is over across from our good friend Exotic Tactics. Two good players, two good Follow Samurai players, two good friends. So I'm actually bringing pretty much the same army setup that I brought in the last. Actually, I think it is the exact same army setup. A white bear, a black bear, a Imperial Guard infantry, and a Marine. I guess this time it's a Royal Marine instead of a United States Marine. Three spear levies, three Shogutai, four Yariki. So again, composite build. Got some dangerous line units and some dangerous melee units. So Madness, what are you bringing?
Yeah, I switched up my build a bit for this one. Up front I have four Black Tortoise Force units, an Imperial Guard Infantry, supporting them with the Aura, because I want to use my General with my Cav for shooting purposes. I have three Shogutai, two of which are veterans, and, well, six Cav units, I think. Yeah, four Yariki and two Revolver Cav instead of one.
Let's go over Exotic
Yeah,
Tactics army setup
yeah.
real quick. He's up in the trees. He's got Imperial Infantry up front, Black Bear, Infantry de Marine, some good line units, solid line units. And he actually likes doing what I like doing. He has a Shogatai melee rush behind those line units. The only problem is that he doesn't have meat shields. And now I haven't watched his side of the battle, so I don't know how well he fared against Boss. But I do know that it's good to have meat shields up front of your Shogatai, because if they're getting shot straight into by line units, they're going to route pretty much just as quickly as any other melee unit. So you need meat shields, because if they get into melee, they're extremely effective. If they don't, they're a complete waste of money. So meat shields are good. He's got some cav in the back, Yariki 24 attack. So he's got a pretty good army setup. I just think he should have a couple meat shields, but I guess he could use his line units to soak up the fire as well. So are you about ready to start this replay?
Yes.
Let's do it. Press play right now.
Okay, so, yeah. Right at the beginning, this was the battle we were talking about in the first one, where Slugger was content to just sit there and do nothing and just, type out funny little
Snide
assertions,
little
you could
remarks
say.
about how we don't have lives or
Yeah.
whatever, even though he was playing the same game we were. I don't really
Yes.
know where he was getting his information from.
I
It
think,
was funny, honestly. It didn't offend me. I just thought it was
yeah,
goofy.
it was like we all were pretty much laughing at him. But I mean, what did he say? I think he accused us of boosting or something.
Yeah, yeah. The first thing he said was that we were boosters because we were friends. Like he figured out that we were friends in the game, and then he called us boosters. And I was like, "What? I didn't realize that playing with your friends made you a
I don't,
booster." But it doesn't matter. It's not even worth talking about anymore.
I don't
I
even
just
know
didn't
what
understand the kid.
I don't even know what he was actually meaning by that.
Oh, you don't know what booster means? That
No.
means like you're like you get with friends and like just boost for points or whatever, like boost for leaderboards, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I realized that
Yeah.
I just gave
As,
the definition with the same word in it, but whatever.
yeah. Well, I see what you mean.
But it's just funny because he didn't have any cannons this game, and he's gonna camp on that hill, so we're just gonna be able to and Exotic Tactics are gonna be able to double team Boss,
Yeah.
and he's just not gonna move off that hill at all, and he has no
Correct.
range that can
And
reach across the map. So
yeah, so because he was typing funny insults and calling us niggas and whatever, I don't know what he was thinking, but instead of moving, he was sitting there and typing. So um, that's what and allowed me to help out Exotic quite a bit in this one. And despite the fact that I expected him to sit there, I wasn't entirely certain. So I'm gonna hesitate a bit to send my cav over, and that's gonna hurt Exotic over here. Let's actually watch this, because, yeah, Boss's cap is gonna harass him.
he had Spear Levy to back up that Yariki, so I can understand what he wanted to do. He wanted to get in there and do as much damage to those Yariki as possible. there was no way he was going to win that melee fight, and I think he should have realized that and just pulled out, because his Spear Levy cannot hold up against 4 Yariki. He's going to back them up, though, but again, Boss Tycoon has United States Marines right there, so it's not a perfect trade, but they are doing some good damage. And they've got a line battle going over on the left flank. I don't actually know who could win that. They both... Nah. Yeah, Boss has a United States Marine and he has more Cav, so you can see Exotic is already starting to waver.
And the entire Cav block got hit by suppression fire. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, the Imperial Infantry did it just before routing. But now it's gonna, yeah, cause his own Cav to leave the battlefield without even shattering. They just crossed the red line and that's it.
Terez is moving up on my side of the battle now, and I've got a nice setup right here. All my units have a better firing position than his because he has his meat shields running out in front and they're blocking his own line of fire. So I got the first volley off, got probably about 120 kills overall spread out across all my units, and I'm going to pull back and put my melee units up front and block all his charges. And I have Shogatai, which we said last battle, he doesn't have the luxury of having yet because his avatar got reset. So my Shogatai are going to be able to carve a path through these Spear Levies and Katana Kachi. And he's going to try to get his Cav around the right flank, or my right flank, but I have 2 line units and 2 Cav units protecting that. So he's going to have a hard time flanking around and getting good rear charges off of his cavalry.
So his units are already wavering, so he's definitely going to win this side. And at the same time I am engaging Boss on the left flank, and yeah, this is extremely painful to watch because my revolver Cav, I actually told them to shoot this this Imperial Guard Infantry here, and they decided to run straight into the unit instead. I did manage to catch them and position them where they are right now, but they got caught, they caught a volley, and they just didn't kill anybody, so that's 2,000 cocoa down the drain. My Cav, meanwhile, is going to do a little better, my melee Cav that is, going to rout his, including his general, and some of his elites, and then I'm going to push in along with his Exotic. I'm also going to bring up this Black Tortoise here, and a Shogatai is going to follow up soon. So we will be pushing back Boss, because he is unsupported and we are basically double teaming him. Meanwhile the rest of my army is just standing around here capturing the archery dojo and waiting for Slugger to move because yeah, he still might.
He still has not moved.
Even though he's, yeah. Even though he wasn't exactly being the most helpful opponent ever, or teammate.
Your general can no longer fight, sir.
Over on my side, I'm still pushing up forward. I got rid of all of his melee units, and I'm moving my line units up now, and I do have superior line units. I just got a massive volley off on that Black Tortoise force with my Imperial Guard Infantry, and they're going to rout off the field. I have a couple Cav units in the back there. I do end up routing one of mine because I shoot it. But all his line is faltering now, and he's going to try to salvage what he can. But I'm going to move all my line units up, and you can see I still have a Cav unit. A couple Cav units, they're going to be flanking around, and they're going to run up the hill and try to prevent his remaining line units from getting up that hill. What I don't want to do is attack straight up that hill, because if I do, without taking out some of those line units first, he could do more damage than I would want him to. But I do have a pretty big advantage over on my side of the battle right now.
Yeah, we've also captured the Sword Dojo, so that's going to help out well, both our Shogatai. Yours have 25 attack. Yeah, mine. My level 2 Shogatai have 27 attack. Just point this out. Where are they? Yeah, Shogatai is moving in and is going to chase down, or attempt to chase down these guard units here. Unfortunately, they will be shut up by this Tosin Rifleman here because Slugger finally did decide to move up. And yeah, this is going to be a bit, what should I say, wonky in terms of morale.
Boss is pretty much off the field now. He only has a couple line units left. And Terez is hurting really bad as well. He has 2 Black Tortoise left. My Shogatai are just keeping them, pushing them up the mountain and making them so they can't turn around to shoot. and I still have my general and some cav units harassing them. Or I'm moving my general up now, and so I'm on Slugger's flank, and so he's gonna have to pull away one line unit, an infantry day marine, which will allow Madness to move up and win his line battle in the middle there. And so while he's turning to face me, and they're trying to reposition on the mountain, they're getting tied up with my Shogutai, and my Shogutai will be able to cut through those guys in melee.
I hope this is clear who's who, because
there's a lot of blue right
banners.
now, yeah.
The dark ones are sluggers, and the ones with the white mon are terrors. And
the Marines are the
rest
ones
is
that are getting decapitated by my Shogutai. Those are sluggers.
Okay, so yeah, Slugger just got cav into my Shogutai, and I had friendly fire from Exotic coming in, so my Shogutai just routed to this Shogunate guard cav here. And they're also going to move on into this Black Tortoise here. But they will be bogged down, and they will die slowly but surely. And meanwhile, I'm moving in with my line units and my remaining 2 Shogutai to finish off Slugger, who is busy defending his flanks with his cav.
We should take a look at Slugger's cav that are coming into my line units here, because I get a really nice flanking volley off with my line units. Pretty much take out that entire cav blob with one volley. And really, they would have been able to win this game very easily if Slug just moved up and attacked and put pressure on Madness. But because he let Boss get doubled, they weren't going to be able to win this.
Boss would have taken out Exotic, and he did take out most of my cav as well. So he really did more damage than he sustained. And yeah, with just a bit of support, he would have probably beaten both of us.
And now Slugger is just going to suicide his cav right up the middle. No way they're going to win that fight. Although he is doing a decent job of pushing through and trying to get to another line unit, but they're taking a massive volley from multiple angles. And again, I'm sure most of you know this by now, charging cavalry straight into a line unit that's shooting at you is not a good idea. You'll probably take more than half casualties off the first volley. And then, of course, they still have the bonus first cavalry, so they can defend themselves in melee as well.
And they also have pretty good attack anyway.
Yeah.
11, 13 with his sword dojo. Plus 5, that's 18 attack, so yeah, you don't want your cav fighting them frontally.
So Slugger's off the field now, and it's just up to Bot. What happened?
No, I just saw this the remains of one cav unit of Slugger getting eradicated by 3 of my line units shooting simultaneously.
Yeah.
From 3 different angles. That was fun.
Boss has 2 still very powerful line units. Well, actually 3. The partial one of a Shogunate Guard Infantry, Royal Marine that's almost full strength, and Imperial Guard Infantry. But obviously, again, he is just in a position like last battle where there's no way he's going to be able to win. There's too much left on the field, and he's truly surrounded right now by 3 different armies, and he's going to try to take out Exotic Tactics, who has a very good position up on that hill, and he has 150 range infantry day marines. So we should see who wins this one. I don't remember who wins this. It should be a pretty even fight, although Exotic has a better
The French
angle.
Marine is better at shooting than the Royal Marine, and he's got the archery dojo on his side.
And he's got the terrain advantage, so yeah, he
terrain advantage.
won
And
that
he
battle
just
pretty
hit-
handily.
He just hit suppression fire as well, so he's going to have a morale penalty going on, and he's got 134 reload on this unit, just to point this out.
It's insane. That is insane. I think it is capped at like 110 or 114, so it doesn't matter how much more it gets better, but I mean 114 reload skill on a Marine unit is insane. It's just a steady wall of fire. And so Boss is routed off the field, and we won our second 2v2. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we're going to go to the stat screen and see you in a few minutes. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Back to the stat screen. Indie Pride and Madness here. Let's go over the stats real quick. I actually raped this battle, and again, it was just because Terras, again, didn't have the Shogutai that he needed to handle melee. And again, I think he suffered from the problem of putting line units behind his own infantry, and I think he routed some of his own men, and so that was an issue that anyone who's looking to get into Follow Samurai should focus on. Is that if you're gonna bring composite build, I personally love composite builds. The line units and the melee, it gives you 2 chances to win a battle, 2 ways that you can win it. But it also means that you have to be very careful with where you position your line unit. Wow, I slurred my words so bad there. Yeah, you have to position. I sounded so drunk right there. Wow, that was amazing. You have to position your line units very carefully, because if you put them right behind your lines, you're gonna mass route your guys, and obviously, if you want to win, that's not a good thing. But let's look at the stats real quick. How many kills I got? I had a Shogatai with 375 kills and 327, and that's rare for me. I almost never get Shogatai with 300 kills. So if he had had some Shogatai, I think he would have been able to handle that melee engagement certainly much better. But he just only had a Katana Kachi that were unvetted, so that's kind of hard to win a melee fight with.
Yeah, especially when you have friendly fire going on and pretty much you're insta-routing your own guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what can I say about me? I didn't do very well. I mean, you've seen what I've done. I've used my 6 cav units or so to route like 2 or 3 units of boss. And yeah, I got some kills, but it wasn't all that impressive.
The numbers lie a little bit though, because Exotic Tactics would have lost that battle by a lot if you hadn't sent your guys over there. And so, especially in team battles, how many kills you get really isn't always super important. It's much more important that you first off route units. That's the most important thing, because if they're routed, they're not doing anything. And then also, he kept Exotic Tactics 3 line units alive, and if he hadn't used his cav, Tactics would have been off the field, and then maybe Boss and Slugger could have double teamed Madness, and it could have been a different battle.
I'm just a bit, it was a major waste how I lost my Revolver Cav to that stupid glitch when they tried to melee units instead of shooting them when I told them to shoot. And
yeah, they don't always listen to what they're supposed to do, which is enough.
And Boss Tycoon, as you can see, his elites, or I think the ones he kept till the end, got a decent amount of kills. And I really enjoy the name of these United States Marines here. Yeah, I think that's about all we have to say to the stats screen. Yeah, and Slugger's a douchebag, but...
Slugger's a douche. We've said it many times this battle and last battle, he's a douche. But, I hope you watch this, my friend.
Yes, we love you.
You're the best. You're the best. But we'll talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it, and see ya.
See ya.